third home game on the trot, going well at home, and of course, record there to be beaten. But obviously, Bolton are a pretty decent side, aren't they?
Certainly, we're playing a team that's got championship players in. Very experienced management team. Started the season with a couple of wins, so it's going to be a tough test. But they all give you different problems, different problems to solve, and we look forward to it. We obviously delighted to get out off the board on Sunday with a very good performance, and we'll be looking to do the same Wednesday night.
Playing at the Mem, you got a great record there. Could go chance to equal, beat it. It makes such a difference playing it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think the key is with records and statistics is that the way you do that and the way you build on that is by taking every game as it comes. For me, do you know what I mean? And then you do that, and then you start stringing results together, and that's a key element of why we've matched the record, but also key elements of why we continue to go sometimes on our unbeaten runs, because we just straight away, win or lose, we lose the focus of that game and move on to the next one. And that's and when you think like that, and the players are mentally tuned into how we work, then I think you can consistently sometimes get the positive results.
The fans, they're coming out in their numbers, aren't they? That's great, isn't it?
Oh, superb, fantastic. Really pleasing. Obviously, the sport I've had since I've been at the club. To be honest with you, obviously a dicky start and had to work hard to win them round, but they're fully behind the lads and myself and my management team, and we need that. We need to keep making our home ground a fortress if we can, and we only do that by playing high tempo football and getting the fans off the seat. And I think we've got a good team to watch. I really do. I think we try and play the right way, try and entertain our supporters home and away. To be honest with you, and we'll keep continuing to try and do that.
Say a team playing well, and they are. Are they at where you want them to be this stage of the season, or?
It's still very early days, isn't it? I think if you look at the three performances, I think I'm relatively happy. Obviously disappointing last 25 minutes against Scunthorpe, but other than that, our organisation against Cardiff was very good, and Oxford we created numerous chances. So in all, it's been a pleasing 3 games, but that's gone, and we move on to this next tough one.
Thick and fast fixtures. I mean, you're fit after pre-season or what have you, but you still got to be wary of the players and their fitness level. Certainly,
and listen, I think when you make the changes that I make, I always hang myself out there for criticism. But what I don't do is I don't do it to be clever or try and be funny or try and. I know my players better than anybody else knows the players. Everybody can have an opinion on football. That's why we love the game. I become a fan when it comes to watching certain teams. So, but for me, I know my players. My staff know my players. We know when we're fresh and ready to go. And the pleasing thing is, I've got a squad that's been put together now for the last couple of years that know the jobs when they come in, and it enables me to make 5 changes, and that makes no difference to our organisation.
Bolton, a few years ago, they're on their way down. You're on your way up. Does it play anything like that?
No, not really. It's football, isn't it? Clubs have good runs, bad runs, and the thing is for me, winning mentality and losing mentality is so easily transferable. Everybody, when you start losing a few games, that's where you've got to stick together and pull it all back in together. Otherwise, the mentality of it goes right the way through the club, and Bolton have probably been on that period now for the last couple of years, and they find themselves in League One, massive football club, and I'm sure. Well, I know they've got the right management team in to try and dig them out. That Phil Parkinson's been around the block, and Steve Park, I know well. He's assistant from me Mansfield days, and he took me on loan when I was at Rochdale. So they've got a good experienced team, and I'm sure they'll be moving in the right direction.
Obviously, they're 2 from 2 already, so they got the bit between the teeth, haven't they?
Yeah, no, they have. Like I say, great win at Wimbledon at the weekend, so they'll come to us full of confidence.